Okay, my beautiful friends, here we are together again on this lovely Monday. And it's a big week for this market, as I covered yesterday in my Markets and Look Ahead. A lot of companies are going to report earnings. I don't even think it matters. I really don't. You know how I feel about this fake market being driven by a runaway central bank, period, the end. But we'll see how the market reacts to that. The big thing this week is the Fed. Okay. We're going to hear from them on Wednesday. I expect, like I said yesterday again, this market to either give back a little early in the week. Stock futures are slightly lower right now as I do this. I explained this yesterday. And I do expect volatility on Fed Day, which is Wednesday. People, you know what I'm going to tell you right here, right now. I think this is going to be yet another opportunity to buy that dip, if in fact it happens. Anyway, it's a freak show on an epic scale. You all know that. So let's move forward here. The Chinese stock market took a big hit yesterday, falling 4%. I don't think that's going to weigh too heavily on the American market today. Again, this is all about the Fed this week. Nothing matters anymore at all. It's about what the Fed's going to do, and we already know that. I don't care what comes out of its mouth, it being the Fed, an entity among itself. They will continue to buy assets and increase asset purchases moving forward. There's no chance whatsoever. And it happened again this morning. People are saying, oh, the Fed is going to surprise the markets this week. They're going to raise rates. It's not going to happen. It's not. If it does happen, I will quit doing these video blogs. Okay, that's how sure I am that the Fed will not raise rates this week. Period. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. All right, unless literally they want to crater the market. They're not done. They're not done buying assets. Until they are done buying assets and inflating their balance sheet, well, you know, it's going to remain a state of risk on. And every single dip in this market is going to get bought. Period. That's how it's going to play out. So the two things that are going to, well, the one major thing that's going to weigh on this market this week is the Fed. That's early in the week. Today, tomorrow, we'll see what happens Wednesday. To me, again, check the Dixie or the dollar index, people. Look at the 10-year yield, which is slightly lower right now. So there's a slight fear trade going on, although we're missing the dollar. The Dixie is lower right now. Just check this out, the dollar index, right here on my website, traderschoice.net. Crude oil is flat to slightly lower, so the setup is not great this morning with regard to the unholy trinity. The unholy trinity being crude oil, the dollar, 10-year yield. Okay, we got a weaker dollar, which is good for the market. We got a 10-year yield, which is coming down, a little bit of a fear trade there. And we got crude oil slightly lower. We'll see what they end up pulling off here. But again, I'm going to say it for the millionth time. If you keep your eyes on these things, you're going to have a really, really good idea as to where the stock market's going to go. And the market is going to be in a relative holding pattern until the Fed opens its hideous mouth. Okay, let us move forward here. Cryptocurrency is getting bid higher pretty much across the board. Okay, this is a lovely thing for us that do hold these things and have been adding to our positions during this dip period. You're looking at one guy who's been doing that right here. You got gold and silver right now. Gold is slightly higher this morning. Silver is also slightly higher too. I can't talk this morning. I'm tired. Anyway, so that's the setup for the market today. But this week, like I said, people, if this market decides to sell off early in the week, I'm telling you right here, right now, what I'm going to do. I will be number one, looking at the dollar index, watching the 10-year yield, watching crude oil. And of course, I'll keep all of you on top of this, but I'm going to say, again, it's going to be yet another opportunity to buy the market. As long as the Fed's balance sheet continues to inflate, it just crossed $8.24 trillion. As long as that mechanism remains in place, the stock market will hit record high, record high, record high, regardless of anything else, regardless of variants of the dog shit virus going around, new variants that are going to come out. Mark my words, new variants are coming out. Okay, they already have it ready to go. Period. Again, they're not done merging corporations and this new American government, and they're not done eliminating the middle class. That's also part of the grand plan here, to create a two-tier society, get as many people who were in the middle class to fall into the lower rung, easier to control, easier to manipulate. And of course, as I always tell you people, nothing in this environment is what it seems to be. And every single mainstream news outlet is a propaganda machine designed to keep people in some state of fear, in some state of look here, don't look over here. You all know this. You got to turn that stuff off. It's a mind warping mechanism, and it's working on the masses. But again, if you follow this blog, I would be willing to bet that you have at least several functioning brain cells, and you can see through the bullshit. I don't know another way to put that. All right, people. So look, lots of stuff going on this week. You know exactly what's going on. If you did not see my Markets A Look Ahead video, which I put out yesterday, please watch that. If you are one of my lions or a subscriber to my newsletter, my free newsletter, there is a link in the description of this video. Check your email box. I just blasted out something I think you're all going to appreciate with regard to trading. 7 trading strategies that every trader should know. And so I sent this out to all of you. It's also 100% free. So anyway, look, take advantage of these things. And I will see all of you at the end of the day. This guy here loves you a lot. See you then.